So it seems that we'll be able to play more than just Crash, Coco, and Cortex in the next Crash Bandicoot game. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and back with another Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time video. So with each passing day we get closer and closer to being able to play the very first brand new Crash Bandicoot title in about 12 years. But with each passing day we learn a bit more and more about this game. With each new piece of info we create a tapestry of what to expect and visualize the type of experience we're going to have with this game. And today is no exception. We found out in the trailer that not only will Crash and Coco be able to be playable characters, but also Cortex. His control scheme is a bit different. Instead of a double jump, he dashes forward. He also has a ray gun that transforms enemies and hazards into platforms. One shot turns them into a solid platform, and two shots makes it a jumpy platform. So this is going to be a completely different take on platforming in a Crash Bandicoot game. But it turns out we're going to be playing more than just Cortex and the classic Bandicoot duo, but other characters as well. Over on the Crash Bandicoot 4 page in the Q&A section, there is a question that is called, will villains we've seen in the trilogy appear in the game? The answer is, quote, yes. In the latest installment, you must stop Neo Cortex, Dr. Entropy, and other evil forces from taking over the world and the entire multiverse. Along the way, you can take control of the fiendish Neo Cortex, as well as other fan favorite characters, during certain circumstances, and gain an alternative perspective on how our Bandicoot heroes are saving the world. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, in the brackets, it says, quote, as well as other fan favorite characters, confirming that we are going to be able to see not only other characters that we know and love in the Crash universe, but also be able to play them. Now this is kind of crazy, but also really exciting. Now we knew about this beforehand due to a leak that came from a user named Viewer Anon, where he mentioned months ago that you would be able to play levels in Cortex's point of view before Crash shows up, essentially setting up all the obstacles and traps for that blasted Bandicoot. We see that perspective bit is confirmed in the leak, but I personally thought it would only be Cortex's point of view, but it turns out it's going to be different characters and all of their points of view. So who are some of the characters that we could possibly play? We don't know yet, but there is some interesting speculation and thoughts going around. Now we found out through an email from GameStop that, according to them, there is going to be over 100 levels in this game. Now I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding here. I don't think we're going to be seeing 100% unique levels designed from the ground up, because if we are going to be playing and seeing the different perspectives of the same levels between Crash and Coco and the villains, then we will likely get to see some repeat level designs. They likely won't exactly be the same. The time of day may be different, and we might see new and different areas that we never saw before with our initial playthrough with Crash, but overall the concept of the level might be close to the same. But we would be playing characters that have a different moveset and kit in comparison to both Crash and Coco, giving a brand new platforming experience that we didn't have before. Now again, who could we see that's playable? Well, if we look at that original concept piece that I mentioned in a previous video, there's something that I noticed that is very interesting. Now, of course, as you know, Crash Bandicoot is a platforming game, so jumps, double jumps, dashes, etc. are all common things that we see throughout all platforming games. Now take a look at what Dingodile is doing here in the picture. It seems that he's doing some sort of I suppose, double jump while using his water tank by propelling water downwards. Think almost Super Mario Sunshine. So dead center, we can see both Crash and Coco, who are playable. In the top corner here, we can see Dr. Neo Cortex, who has been confirmed to also be playable. If we know that more characters are playable that has yet to be revealed, and Dingodile is seemingly doing some sort of a platforming move, it's possible that Dingodile could be one of the playable characters that is mentioned in the Q&A post. So if Crash, Coco, Cortex, and possibly Dingodile are playable characters, then maybe this concept art leak is actually a piece of art that shows all the playable characters in the game. Because if 4 out of the 6 characters are playable, then the other 2 will likely also be playable. So that being Entropy and Tana, playing the level from their perspective before or perhaps after Crash shows up to hunt for the Quantum Masks. This also feeds the theory that if 3 out of 4 of the playable characters are seemingly villains, or at least villains in previous games, it's possible that, like I mentioned before, this version of Pirate Tana could be a villain in this game too. We have seen characters that were originally good in their original timeline become evil in another timeline and dimension. Think like Twin Sanity, with Evil Crash and the Cut Evil Coco from the 10th dimension. We also had opposite, completely different personalities like the Cut Good Cortex in the 10th dimension. These are all entirely possible. There are a lot of chances of seeing old characters in ways we've never seen them before, and possibly be able to play them for a level or two. But which characters would you like to play in Crash Bandicoot 4? Comment below and let me know. A huge thank you to all those who support the channel through Patreon and being a sponsor on the channel. If you'd like to help it out, check out the links in the description below, where you can buy some CGE merch or become a Patreon. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming and nostalgic content. Thank you so much everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.